So why should the U.S. government continue the business as usual with a illegal representation of the Chinese people?
It's very complicated, but there's a lot of people that here in our country are making a lot of money supporting China. So then what happens is they become powerful, way wealthier than even our own. I mean, the numbers are astronomical, and because of it, and that's the problem now that you're going to see in our country is the greed is off the charts. And as American people, we have to stand up and we have to fight back because we're in trouble.
But I think what's happened over time, the U.S. for the last 50 years, in an effort, so they say, to lift China, has really allowed themselves to become in many ways dependent on China. When we exported our manufacturing to China, when we've exported a lot of our money, taking on our debt, it's put the U.S. in the position of really needing to appease China, meaning the CCP. We have to get away from that dependency. And I think, if anything, COVID really proved was the vulnerability of not controlling our vital industries, drug manufacture, the personal protection manufacture. We're dependent on China for our very health and survival. And we really, as a country, need to get in gear and bring those vital services home, bring that power back to America, the power to build and manufacture.
But this is important. Our school system got invaded by Marxists, and they're now teaching our children because they've been working for decades, years and years and years to come to this point. When China took over Hong Kong, I questioned because they weren't supposed to do it at the time frame they did it. And then we had our country not saying anything, and I didn't understand. And they did that with Tiananmen Square, and it didn't make sense in our country. Miles Guo is a champion and courageous because there are some billionaires we don't know what happened to him in China. But thank goodness for Miles Guo because he and Stephen K. Bannon are an amazing force. And I truly believe they are for good to help the Lao Beijing people. And you need to understand that it has to be courageous like that for any revolution to happen. And it needs to happen for all of us, including in America, because we're also seeing the same challenges because of China coming in and buying a lot of our land and almost all these businesses. And we understand this now, and it is very challenging. We're both in the same boat. We really will be the same. If we can't fight back, I don't know what will look like for my son.